Yeah, I feel like I'm me now, you know? Like I'm in my space. I'm in my zone. And I think anybody around me would really agree. Yeah, saying things without a conscience in my head myself. Way into a blind person finally seeing itself. Wearing my heart on my sleeve because that new fashion sell. And I don't want that jacket if I gotta ride a coattail, man, you can have it. I think they want me back on my gritty. One day she hate me, they miss me. Can't fuck with girls from back home cause it's HIV in the city. Niggas don't talk like confetti. No matter how much you lie to me, I know your ass ain't ready. Niggas acting like women. Niggas just wanna be matched. Spend your allowance money, hoping for some validation. Family don't understand you cause you just too complicated. Your mother way too crazy. And when y'all talk, there's no patience and you don't open up. And so they make accusations, your pops died early. And man, you still trying to shake it. And yeah, I made mistakes. So my little brothers will make up, my granny do her best. So I try to show appreciation. And when she had cancer, it cut me deep, so deep, I would lie awake. Toss and turn, no sleep, ain't have an appetite. So half the time I wouldn't eat, then she poured through. I exhaled, they hit my knees, man, I couldn't breathe. Hold my throat, I couldn't breathe. If I ever lost her, it ain't no telling where I'd be. Becoming the perfect human, better let it assume a couple more sins to commit before I really commit. It's either small or too big, man, what do I really fit? Size me up, do it twice so we can really be sure. Apologize in advance, I just needed something to vent on. Backpackers that been on, putting my fucking foot on the gas. I match that bitch until I crash. Throw me a fucking doubter, I make him to a believer. 100 miles an hour, eyes closed, trying to see my future. Man, I really do this shit. I don't do this shit for kicks, but if we talking about the souls, man, they all sold them. Keeping greatness in the box, man, I'm claustrophobic. Don't mind me putting it in a pretzel like she doing aerobics. I told him, I be that nigga that you gotta get a verse from. They have fun and half-ass. I wanna put away funds. You in your mom's class, every chance y'all get is you accept your step brothers on some bro to bro shit. Only to find out they apply to you quick. Man, I'm just saying, I'm just doing me. I'm just trying to make it. You niggas don't inspire me. I should be your fucking inspiration. Man, this shit crazy.
Man, this shit crazy. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey! Bobby banging this bitch. Y'all, man, y'all know what's up, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Look, man, appreciate everybody that's in the building, man. We're going to keep it right, yo, and keep it super tight, man. Man, these conversations that be happening, man, that be going on, man, they're important conversations to the community, and we want to make sure there's clarity in all aspects of that, man. Look, man, we had a great day in the server, man, high-level conversations. If you're not part of the server, man, you're missing out on looking at books just coming out before they come out. Yep, got a great book, People of the Green Sahara, and the Last Glacial Maximus. If you ain't in the server, you don't even know what the cover look like. If you ain't in the server, you don't even know that there was some mistakes on the cover. Man, join the server. That's the place to be because that's what's happening. It's happening right there, yo. We ain't doing a whole lot of cussing and fussing, about 10% cussing and fussing and 90% scholarship and 0% hollership. Got some beachfront property in Florida. What's good, family, man? Yeah, man, we got the people on the building, man. I see all the stars and came out tonight, man. It's always about the competition at high levels, man. What it do? What it do? What it do? Gary Brick, what's good with you, brother? What it do, man? I see you, man, from then till now. What's going on with you? Mac Rob, pseudo killer official. What's good with you? I see you, James Nelson. Wise the Dome TV. What's good, man? Good to see you in the round. Choco Kitty 7. What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, I see you, Williams. What's good with the book of Al Jaheed? Speaking of the book of Al Jaheed, man, I see you, Miss Tiff, pseudo killer official. Lamar Pope is in the building. Carmen, I see you, man. What it do? James, what's up with you? James, what's going on? Valsa, what it do? What it do? Kwame Mayat Raw. Yeah. J Cal, the Late Show 42. Boy, we see brother Garfield, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to it. Late Show 42. Make sure you like and subscribe to that, man. Taj, man, what's good, man? Sister Sci-Fi's in the building. Pseudo Killer Army, what's good with you? Cedric Ortega, Pseudo Kiss Official. Pseudo Killer Official, man. JJ7 TV, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to JJ7. So there was some conversations that went on, man. I want to say big up to, I had called him a couple names, man. You know what I'm saying? Solar Vision, Solar Mind, stole your mind. Man. Stole your mind when he bring them pseudo-wisdoms to you, man. Man, big up to him, man. Man, he made that conversation possible, man. And so part of the conversation was there was a question and answer segment. And we wanna get right there. We want to get right to that part where that damn doorbell ring, ding ding. And Chris dove to the building. And so we had a chance to see if this conversation is going to be worth going a little bit farther. You know what that means. Would it be a good match? Guys, sit down and talk to Garfield. Sit down and talk to pseudo killers. Sit down and talk to the people of interest. Would it be a good match? I don't think so. I think science is undefeated and it will stay undefeated. We got 53,000 in the building. You could be anywhere you want to be. You could be over here on YouTube. You could be over there on YouTube. But you chose to be right here with the God Killer. That means something to me, man. Man, early and often, man. Look, man, hit that Cash App, man. That's important, man. This thing don't run off of water. It run off of inspiration. Inspiration from you, the people. Man, y'all already know, man. And so we're going to do that reaction to that for real, man. We're going to go ahead and light that up, man, and get right to it, man. Let's make sure we show some love today, man. Don't be cussing each other out in that chat like that. Shalambe Pseudo Killer Official. I see you, Mr. Robinson. Kung Fu Hebrew. I've been checking out your podcast, bro. I see you, bro. Meant to come over there, man, and light it up with some evolution, man. I ain't seen you in the server in a while, man. Where the hell you at? Kung Fu Hebrew. Herbert. What's up, Herbert? What's good? Keenan Wright. Man, you know what it is. So let me go ahead and click that button, man. That doorbell ring. Ding dong. It's only to play, right? And we want to be able to answer some questions. Okay? American Dream. We supposed to be having some business. Let me know when you want to do that. You know what it is. Shackle, what? Breeze. Reloaded. Man, hit the button. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Make this channel healthy. We want to make YouTube great again. Right? We want those interactions. I would like to say something, though, before I get started. Trying to figure out. Some people, all they can do is talk on YouTube. But go ahead and throw 500 people in front of them. Throw 1,000 people in front of them. Throw 2,500, 5,000 people in front of them. Throw 10 people in front of them in a room. And watch them shrink. The level is different over here. Put them in that debate room where you locked in, in that square. And all you got is your wits and your presentation and your sources. You either going to rock them to sleep with the sleep 'em ship, or you're going to be too damn loud with the holler ship, or you're going to be too damn incoherent. That's the level we always find. You know, they say water find a damn level, but over here, yo, we levels all the way up. So don't be running your mouth if you ain't ready to level up on a conversation, because that's what we doing. We doing these high level conversations all day, every day. Yo, we made for this. So when them lights the brightest, yo, we rise up. We stand tall and we stand strong. So when you talking that trash from a YouTube, behind a YouTube block or a YouTube camera, man, y'all know what the level is, man. Lock them in the room when there's only one-on-one. Put them in the middle of the street, and then we'll see. Put some people in front of them, and we see how they shrink. It's easy to talk on the mic on YouTube, but what about in the middle of a damn debate in the middle of the street where there's only you? Where you can look at that counter and be like, 500 people watching. Man, what about when your screen glitching, you can't see the words? Then what? Delmo, I see you, bro. So let's get into it real quick, right? We heard a lot of mistakes made when the conversation got real and the two came together. It was electric. Did y'all see it? Y'all should have, but I want to make sure you did see it. And then we could tell who was really prepared and who wasn't, who was just trying to pop up. We want to see who actually came through that daggone door. Pick up the solar TV. Of course. And of course, there was Chris.
Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's bring him up. Goes by the name.
Hey, yo, I know how to stay out the chat, right? But we got some mean people in the chat, yo. But keep them in there, yo.
Now, hold on. Is it disrespectful mean in there?
Nah, I can handle disrespect. Yo, I'm used to it, yo. You know when high level information meets ignorance, yo. You know what I'm saying? It makes people get like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? When they don't understand what you're saying, when it's too much, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Any disrespectful comments will be sent.
Nah. I'm good. Let them have their fun. Let them get off their chest. They can't get it with the intellect. So you gotta allow them to use the only tool they got. You know what I'm saying? If you take that away from them, then what they got? Because they ain't got no sources to support them. They ain't got no reasons behind it. They ain't got no logic behind it. They ain't got the anthropological studies. They don't understand evolution. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad that you call me Uncle Ruckus, because that ain't gonna really get me. What get me is that you can't support that with an intelligent conversation on the subject. So who we got up here?
All right, we got Chris MVP Harris in the building. What's going on?
What's going on?
Question or comment for Uncle Cat?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for Ankh real quick. Ankh, I do agree with evolution. Me and you've had arguments, drag out fights, cussed each other out over the phone, back chats about evolution. So I have no quarrel with you there. My question
so you was wrong right there then? You finally admitting you was wrong on that? Let me hear you say it.
Were you wrong for striking my channel, Ankh, because you defended some Chinese food, bitch? No, you're never going to admit that either. As if I can't have a scholastic opinion because I was tearing down your presentation scholastically and academically without any ad hominems. And you allowed an Asian woman to come on there and call us sub-Saharan. No,
wait.
No, don't cut him off.
No, wait.
Just let me in him. We ain't doing that solo. We good.
I'm
me and him have had this conversation already on my platform, and you allowed her to call us sub-Saharan Africans, which actually contradicts you guys' entire stance as it pertains to Egyptians being called black. I can't recall about the history of West Africa, any West African.
So that was the answer to the question. called the expert to be. So some things you may agree with, but yet you don't understand how to apply what you claim to agree with. Let us continue. Interesting. He already down 10.
Tribe calling themselves sub-Saharan, especially when we can't figure out what's so sub about them, especially when we see certain countries within Central Africa be called sub-Saharan. That's why I'm a little upset with you, but we've gone past that. And I'm not going to allow any Asian woman to sit up there and slander African peoples, especially when they are there now stealing the resources. She has no business calling them that. And I felt like you should have checked that on the on that live stream when you were there. They have names, they have tribal affiliations, they have clan affiliations in which you could have corrected her on that. But that's neither here nor there. Was I wrong about evolution in the past? Of course. Yeah, I was really wrong about that. So we got bones, we got anthropology, we have the study of stone tool making. So yes. But my question to you is,
my turn. Hold the fuck up.
Go ahead.
First of all, there was an expert invited to our channel, right? We invited him to our home, and she's afforded the protection of our home. We treat guests like guests. The term sub-Saharan Africa is actually subjective, okay? And the use of it, right, may be offensive to some people, but it's actually a term that they will use in science. So I have no issue with that. Although I don't prefer the term, but it's not a term that is offensive to me. Okay? So you're not the judge of who or what I allow people to say, right? Let the channel be the judge of that. The reason your fucking channel got struck because you went off like a nut. There was no problem with the fair critique, but the microwave, the Chinese person, it was disrespectful to the experts that we bring on. I will not allow disrespectful to people that I bring in my home. I will not allow disrespect to the people that we bring into the pseudo killers. That's our home. And we will treat them as such, as guests. Now, if you get it on your channel, right, then you can do what you want to do. So your channel got struck for disrespect of guidelines and rules and regulations that we laid down, not of anything of your making. Now, let's go on to the next question. And you should have looked me in my face while I was talking like I looked you in your face. You always running. Let's get it on.
Not really always running. I just think what you had to say there was irrelevant.
But you disrespectfully turned out. So let's get to the question.
No.
We both just talked. Let's move forward the conversation.
Okay, let's move forward on that.
Right. Because I didn't cut you out when you came on here, did I? Nope.
You sure didn't.
Right.
So
next time I catch you, I will. But right now we're cordial because we're on Soul of Minds channel. Next time I got you. I don't want the audience to think that we some kind of way smoke the peace pipe because we have not. But let's move on. Let's be cordial as gentlemen, sir. Now, what is your question that's going to cause you to get beat up on that? What's up?
Well, if you can allow me to talk, dear Robert West, I would certainly ask you that.
Love that name. Okay. My mother gave it to me. I ain't ashamed of it, brother. Now, go ahead.
Okay, very good. Do you have to understand evolution in order to understand Egyptology?
That's part of Egyptology, understanding evolution.
Okay, can you show us a book that somehow uses both the study of evolution as it pertains to Egyptology?
Come on, yo. What you doing?
So we can see the methodology on that.
Hold on, man.
Sure.
Keep talking.
And two, I want to go back into it. I'm not subject to your channel's rules.
You're not.
It's the same.
Right.
It's no different.
Right.
It's no different. Wait, you said keep talking. And it's no different than you running around calling everybody else pseudo. They can see that as an insult, and I'm pretty sure they never struck your channel because you called them pseudo. So I'm not subject to the rules of your panels when I do my show. And you came up there and we spoke cordially. So I don't know why you're saying any of that. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. You're not gonna be able to find that book, because by the time ancient Egyptians began to create their own society, or Africans began to create their own societies, they were Homo sapiens sapiens at this point in time. There's no need to be talking about Australopithecus or any other ancient hominid that doesn't have any tools to create the pyramids or any other superstructures they make. So it's irrelevant.
So if you pick up an anthropological, a book dealing with anthropology, you will find Egypt in it. And so for years, I've been trying to get us away from the pseudoisms and the spectacular history that is claimed to be taught by the charlatans amongst us. If you really want to truly want to learn about African American culture, African culture, Chinese culture, Russian culture, you go to the tools of anthropology. And so Egyptology is a study unto itself, but it's also interdisciplinary, meaning the Egyptologist will find some bones in the Nile Valley, and he can bring a person in that understands those bones, can bring a person in that understands evolution to see what type of skull is that we have found. Now, what scale is it on? Is it closely related to Homo sapien, or is it closely related to, say, another ancient hominid or another ancient human? So if you want to study a population, you study it through its evolution, because as soon as you start talking about genes, genes mutate into their environment. They're naturally selected, their alleles, their aversions to it. So the reason most people can't understand the conversation when it comes to Egypt, the reason why they make all the mistakes about the skin color and what they would have looked like and all that, because they don't understand evolution. The reason why they make mistakes about phenotypes and this and that, because they don't understand natural selection, migration. So yes, for any person to study in Egyptology, they will always reference those who understand the bones, who understand the evolution of those bones, of those biological organisms. It's important. So there you have it. But let us continue to move on.
I think your presentation lacks cohesion. It seems to be a little bit all over the place. So my next question to you is, because you ain't gonna find it, it's not out there.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait for you to show it.
So
And what does modern academia say about sources that are older than 5 years old?
Outdated.
It's outdated. So you were presenting the UNESCO conference, which was some 45 years ago, 45, 50 years ago. Yeah. At that, you were presenting commentary about Africa. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so some of those things from 1960 have been corrected. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, did we have a lot of bias, racism that was still preeminent at the UNESCO conference?
Yeah, they threw them niggas out early.
They threw them. What do you mean?
Yeah,
who are the niggas? I don't get that.
They threw the people. They didn't even address the idea. They threw that shit out of hand. They was like, the people that said the Egyptians was white, they got kicked out. They didn't even accept it. Okay. So if you was trying to come in there with that, you was done. And it says it right there.
Okay, I'm gonna pull something up real quick too, because I think you're hiding your hand and you're being a bit academically dishonest right now.
You asking a lot of things. Hold on. So this is what I want to say.
Keep talking. That's what I do.
No, brother. I'm answering your question. Now, I don't know about showing the book, but I want to read this to you.
If you don't have a book, I don't care about what it is you have to read. I asked you for a book so I can get the book and possibly read it myself.
No, all you gotta do is get any book on
Ankh, it doesn't exist.
No, I never said a book existed.
But so you said you have to understand evolution.
Hold on. Get the book, the Oxford Handbook of Egyptology, my nigga. Get the book Egypt Today, edited by Richard X. Wilkins, my nigga. Get Archaeology Theories, Methods and Practices, homeboy. Get journals, articles, academic journals such as the Journal of Egyptology and Archaeology, American Anthropology, and Antiquity. Often explore intersections of Egyptology and anthropology, particularly in the areas like bioarchaeology, cultural anthropology, and linguistic studies, my nigga. Get the book of the Archaeology of Ancient Egypt, my nigga. So yes, Egyptologists use anthropology to understand Egypt. Now, what's the next point, my nigga? What's good? Who you
You know
think?
what? I got nothing but love for you. We go at it.
Yeah, we have fun. We gorgeous. Next question, my nigga.
Let's talk, my nigga.
Next question.
First of all, you haven't showed any of the research in those books to define.
Now I gotta show you that.
You just naming those books off mean nothing.
Man, I can't let the sources.
Can I finish talking?
You crazy, yo. I ain't gonna do this all night, yo.
See,
we ain't doing this all night. You asked for books, I gave them to you. You mad?
No.
You want the book? Let me get the book. Let me get the book.
Is it okay if I finish?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, thank you.
This is good content, right?
Let's keep going, right? Let's go here. During your presentation, how come you just didn't show the study of evolution as it pertains and relates to the study of Egyptology, and show us your methodology concerning that? How come you just didn't show that?
I did. Is that a question?
Can I finish phrasing? Phrasing this here. Thank you. Wonderful. So how come you just didn't show that and show us the methodology surrounding that? I think, honestly, it was a poor demonstration of cohesion, because people were in the chat not understanding what you were talking about.
All right, let me share my screen. Yo, you tripping.
Yo,
you doing the slow bus, yo. You got to move a little bit quicker. I thought you knew better. It's called Egyptian.
I got my source ready to dagger this up.
Excuse me. Egyptian Archaeology and Social Anthropology, Oxford Academic. It's got a PDF to it, bro.
Let me change my glasses here. Go ahead.
Here you go. Egyptian Archaeology and Social Anthropology. I thought you knew that anthropology was the study of culture, yo, and contained in that is archaeology, is anthropology, to study the bones, the ruins, the whole 9 yards. So let's get real precise for 1 second here. Our job is to keep moving the needle forward. So bioarchaeology, okay? All right. Let's figure out what it is. Let's see what bioarchaeology uses. So you got archaeology, bioarchaeology, biological anthropology. Y'all see right here, there's the pyramids right there, okay? So bioarchaeology is a unique discipline that focuses on the study of human skeleton remains within their archaeological, right, and mortual context. It therefore emphasizes approaches from biological anthropology and archaeology, and derives its theoretical guidance from both cultural anthropology and evolutionary biology. So when we dive here, right, we see the British Museum, okay? And if you come right here, that says, located upstream, the first cataract of the Nile today, northern Sudan, in Upper Egypt, people lived in ancient Nubia from at least 300,000 BCE. And you see the scale of time right here. So obviously, they would have had to find some bones or some Stone Age tools, some bones to match it. And he would have had to identify what those bones was on the Nile River. And in identifying them, you would use the study that I just talked about. Now, that's not to say that the Egyptologist himself would have to know, like, evolution like the back of his hand, but he would have to have a basic understanding of it. So when he references comrades that are experts in said subject, right, they know where the points would meet. It's called interdisciplinary studies, ladies and gentlemen. This is how history is told, and this is how history will be moved forward. So we don't have to argue and scream about things that's always in the game. Okay, so once again, for y'all who did not know, right, in prehistory time, that's before writing, Okay, people lived on the Nile. 300,000 BCE. So y'all can read the website. I'm gonna throw it in here for you. It's really a great website and it goes into detail. Okay. All right. I want to bog us down, but I just want to show you how we put this together. Right. If I was to pull up any anthropological studies or any anthropology book, they would start off with a certain study. And this is where I want to get us at. Let me throw this in the chat for y'all. So there you have it. All right. It's a great source for y'all. Let us move the conversation forward, yo. I appreciate we got 100,000 in the building, man. I see you due diligence, man. Peace to you, brother. Appreciate your support, man. That good guy, you stay off kilter. Off kilter. Somebody gotta say that, man. Mm-hmm. You say ancient Egyptians didn't need Charles. No, ancient Egyptians didn't need Charles Darwin, yo. But when we actually wanting to, hold on. See if I can show this to y'all real quick. I just want to put this here for y'all. I just want y'all to see how it really go. All right. Now, hold on. I'm going to open this book up, right? I put that source name for y'all, but I want to show this right quick. Let me see if I can get it in there for y'all, right? Stop that. And I'm going to show y'all something. All right. It's always important to make sure, yo, we right where we supposed to be, man. Okay. So if y'all in the server, y'all got free access to this. I'm going to say it again. If y'all in the server, y'all absolutely have free access to this. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger here. All right. Make it a little bigger for y'all. What am I showing? Comrade Phillips. Y'all can get this for $5. You can get it for free in the server. Appreciating human diversity. What's the main thing that evolution does? It teaches you about human diversity. All right. And in this book, they don't start off in Egypt. They don't start off in Baltimore, Maryland. Where do they start at? They explain to you what is anthropology culture. Okay. Applying anthropology, right? That's the introduction. Physical anthropology and archaeology. What is physical anthropology? The study of the past. So when we go to the Nile Valley, we're studying the past. We're not talking about the modern population. We're studying the past. This whole conversation has been about the past. Then it's evolution and genetics. So you see a lot of people talk about genetics. So if they're talking about genetics, we surely can talk about evolution. Am I correct in that? Of course. Human variation and adaptation. Okay. The primates. So they give you to the primates, the early hominids, the archaic homos. The origin and spread of modern humans. The first farmers. The first cities and states. And in this chapter, they'll go into Egypt and Mesopotamia and stuff like that. But it's appreciating cultural diversity. They talk about the religion, the politics, the making a living, the ethnic and race, right? All this is in the game. This is how we supposed to get our thing, man. This is what the pseudo killers do. This is what the community skeptics do. We've been doing this to push y'all so y'all can get y'all thing right and stop following these charlatans, man. But we're accused of being and practicing the white man's science. So if we're trying to understand who the population is in the Nile Valley, right, we have to get rid of the social constructs. When I tried to do it, I became the boogeyman. When I tried to pass on the knowledge gained from John Henry Clark, I became the boogeyman. When I said certain ideas were pseudoscientific, I became the boogeyman. So let's get back to this video. That should have got it all correct, right? This book right here is clearly get to talking about Egypt. So yes, any good Egyptologist will defer, right, to a person who is an expert in evolution when he uncovers some bones. Are these Homo sapiens sapien bones? Maybe it's Homo heidelbergensis. Maybe it's Homo erectus. You don't know. Y'all probably could. I'm not going to say y'all in the chat. The people that's been watching me for this long, they get it. All right? But the people who just tuned in, y'all might not get it. You might think you just look at the skull and say, that's a Homo sapien sapien. Nope. I could put a set of skulls up and say identify them. I did it in the museum. Maybe I'll play that tomorrow. They was all up there, and we looked at the different skulls, and we could identify them. And wasn't no tag on it. All right. So let's get back to where we at. Okay. Let's keep this thing moving, man, because we cooking with hot damn grease. The conversation is starting to heat up, man. And I was glad we was able to put that together. Maybe we'll be able to put some other great conversations together, man, where we're not cussing each other out, where y'all can actually hear what we're saying. It's the study of culture, bro. So why wouldn't that be a tool using Egyptology? I cannot believe you even would do that, yo. Like, I can't believe you don't even know that. I can't believe you came up here, challenged me on some shit you supposed to know. Then what are you saying?
I'm sorry, the study of anthropology is the study of ancient cultures. The study of anthropology is not necessarily the study of evolution. That is two different sciences here. So let's move on. That was a nice try, though. That was a very nice try.
Yeah, so
You did it like them Hebrews be doing it,
No,
but the
I mean,
study of
hold on for a
bones,
minute.
excuse me.
Hold on for a minute.
Oh, let me finish.
Hold on for a minute.
Go right ahead.
Bro, when they dig up bones, they want to know what type of bones they are, bro. That's evolution. When you start to look at different bones, different hominids, different things, they found ancient bones, 300,000. They found Homo erectus on it now. That's still in Egypt, bro. I'm just trying to feel you're not making that connection between the bones. I just showed you bones in my presentation. That's part of understanding it. They taking the gene, they take the genome.
Sir.
No, they take the genome up out of that. That's all part of the anthropological study. That is not. That's part of the anthropological study.
Excuse me. The study of bones is called osteotology.
Right, but that's still part of evolution.
That is incorrect.
It is part of the study of bones. Is part of the study, man. What you saying, bro? You can't even get to it. That's how Charles Darwin made his reckoning by finding ancient bones. Am I wrong?
I'm gonna continue to let you overtalk me.
I'm saying, did Charles Darwin find bones of ancient apes? Yes or no?
Charles Darwin. We're talking about
Charles Darwin. Listen, in his theory, hold on, in his theory of evolution, the way he figured it out was through ancient bones, bro. Am I wrong in that? So I'm telling you, whenever you try to identify the population, you're going to figure out, well, what population was there? Was it Homo erectus? Was it Homo nalai? What population was there? Okay, it's Homo sapiens sapiens. We've identified that, right? And so they look at the different types. They studied the skulls. They did all that. Anyway, I ain't gonna argue with you. What's your next question? We'll let the audience figure that out. What's your next question?
What you're trying to do?
I'm not. What's your next question?
Excuse me, I know it's a little bit of pressure on you, bro.
I'm just saying, what's your next question? What's your next question?
You even understand that the study
question,
of bones, yes, the study of bones does have to do with evolution. But when you're pulling bones out of the ground exclusively, that's just the study called osteology. That's it.
We get that, bro. But I want you to know.
Say that.
I want you to know your question. Hold on. I want to know what you. I want to know. I want to let you know what your question was.
Excuse me.
You said hold on. You said the Egyptologists don't use anthropology. That was your question. Did you not say that?
Excuse me,
Did you not say that?
For the sake of the conversation.
No, did you not say that?
What did I say,
You said the Egyptologists don't use anthropology. Where's the book?
No, I did not say that. I said, do you have to understand evolution in order to understand Egyptology and the study of Egyptian culture?
I stand corrected. You did say that.
Okay.
And I'm saying, if you want to understand the skin color of if you want to understand the skin color of the Egyptians, right? That being the order of understanding evolution, understanding, well, where at was this skin color at, right? And so you use the studies of Jablonski, right? That's part of the evolution of skin, bro. So you have to, if you're trying to determine the skin color of the individuals, that would be evolution, bro. I don't know why you're doing this, but continue.
I'm sorry, I haven't even gotten into skin color yet because the Egyptians themselves or the Africans themselves presented themselves on the wall. They showed you how they look.
Different study.
Hold on. One of the things I notice is you lack discipline. Every time I speak, you begin to speak with me, and that's an old tactic that we used to do.
You know what? I'm gonna make sure I don't do that going forward. But go ahead, brother. So I know I got you on the evolution part, but go ahead. And I'm enjoying the conversation. Great content. Go ahead.
Cool,
Go ahead,
cool.
brother.
Wonderful.
So what's your next question?
Wonderful.
What's your next question?
Wonderful.
And do you know the name of the show though?
Yeah, it was called something pertaining to the misidentification of the Egyptians during the Pharaonic age, and you changed it.
Yeah, to the understanding of evolution. To understand evolution, right? Understand evolution and understand the Egyptian population. I want you to know that.
Right. So let's talk about, how about we stop this and let's talk about the ancient Egyptian population.
No, I want the audience just clear that when you start dealing with genetics and all that, that's dealing with evolution. That's how you understand evolution, is through genetics these days, right? The different variations, the mixture, all that is understanding Egyptian population. So I don't know why you think that ain't that, but I don't, evolutionary biology, like I don't
agree. I'm gonna be honest, I don't agree with nothing you say. So you don't have to gerrymander that on.
Move on. That was for the audience. Move on. What's your next question? Move on. What's your next question?
I try to, but you keep interfering.
Go ahead.
Trying to cover up for your past mistakes that you've made in this presentation.
Well, if I made some mistakes, then I'll definitely change them. That's not a problem.
No,
but you haven't identified the mistakes.
That's what academics do.
Right, but you have not identified the mistakes in it yet.
I have. You don't have to understand evolution in order to understand Egyptology. It's two separate disciplines there.
I agree. It's multifaceted, multidisciplinary. I agree with that.
All right, so the best ones, hominids weren't running around building pyramids, so all that other stuff.
Of course not. But evolution ain't just on a hominid. But
completely irrelevant to the topic.
Okay, I'll let you know when it's relevant. Keep going. Okay, I'll let you. Cool. Don't talk about skin.
But I've been trying to get to ancient Egyptian populations.
Right, but don't talk about the populations then, because if you're talking about humans and you're talking about biology, if you're talking about biology and you understand biology, right, through evolutionary biology, humans. So don't talk about humans.
I'm sorry, I'm not educated.
Don't talk about humans.
I don't know anything.
Don't bring up the subject of humans in Egypt
what
right
I want
now.
to ask you is, because a lot of your, matter of fact, do me a favor, pull that presentation that you just pulled up, put that back on the screen. I want to read something here.
What?
That last slide that you had up, I want to read something there.
You mean on the what? On the
last slide that you had up before Solar Mind went into the Q&A part. I want to read something here that you put up there. Can you put that back up, please?
Well, what's your question, though, y'all?
I would just like to read something real quick. We're challenging one another.
Hey, Solar Mind, you gotta put the thing up.
You're not sharing yet. Yeah, you're not sharing yet.
I know. Hold on. I'm gonna get the. Let me get there. Let me click out some of these things.
Because I would like to talk to you about the Paleolithic age and the migrations that came, the back to Africa migrations here. When we get done.
What's wrong with the back to Africa migration?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. Aren't you? You shouldn't be so defensive. I'm not up here trying to snipe you.
Hey, Chris.
Questioning your method.
Hey, Chris, you sound like you hurt, bro.
No, not at all.
All right, then, so why are you talking about it? Here you go. What's up? What you want to read?
Okay, let's pull that up.
That's it. It's pulled up.
It's not on the screen. All right, can you press share? I want to read this here. The one before that. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, can you hit share so I can see that larger?
I can't make it no larger.
No, you can't make it no larger? Okay, I'll teach you how to do a presentation one day.
So right now we're having a great back and forth, man, and we need to be able to do this with each other, man. You know, some of my nemesis, we need to be able to do this, man. So I'm gonna give a big up to Chris for that, to be able to handle that pressure like that. Right? So we always want to make sure stuff is clear. We're in the age of AI. Okay? And in the age of AI, you just can't say any damn thing out your mouth. AI helps us put things together. Yeah, I'm saying, make things clear. So let's get this a little bit clear. Okay? So we put this in the chat. I mean, in the thing to help this conversation, right? The brother could have did that. Offshore archaeology, right? He kept talking about the bones and evolutionary biology. The first line, offshore archaeology and evolutionary biology are two interrelated. Do y'all know what interrelated is? Interrelated fields that provide insight into the history of life, particularly human evolution and the development of other species. Archaeology definition. Archaeology is the study of ancient bones. Okay? It involves analyzing humans and animal skeleton remains found at what? Archaeological sites to understand past populations, their health, diet, lifestyles, and environments they lived in. So actually, when you see them doing these wide sweeping DNA tests on ancient mummies and all that, y'all be thinking they trying to find out what race they is. What the whole group. No, they be actually trying to find out what their lifestyle, their health, their diet, and diseases in them. And based off of understanding the diseases that particular population had, how can we help humans today? It's a lot of things you can get out of that. Understanding the different mutations in those ancient humans. What did they have cancer? What was it they had? It's important in the study of cancer. That's why African scientists was mad, because they'd be like, y'all haven't done a lot of DNA tests in Africa. Now, why wouldn't you do that? If you're trying to find a cure for cancer, why wouldn't you take the most diverse population and deal with it? All right. Paleopathology, the study of ancient disease. See? Key applications. See? The study of ancient disease and injuries. They want to know what type of injuries they have. Diet and nutrition, analysis of bones, chemistry to determine the past of their diets. Demography, understanding the age, sex, population structure of ancient communities. Okay, let's move right here. Evolutionary biology, definition of evolutionary biology. It's a study of the process that has given rise to the diversity of life on Earth, focusing on the mechanisms of evolution such as natural selection, genetic drift, mutations, and gene flow. We know that when people talking about genes, they definitely going to apply it to you see the North Africans, that's all they want to talk about is the genes. But then they talking about evolution and biology. Genetic population, study of genetic variation within and between the population, adaptation. Okay, speciation, understanding how species adapt to their environments. They want to know, well, how did these people in the Nile Valley adapt to their environment? Well, we know they had climate change. We know portions of the population come out of the Green Sahara. Not the Egyptians, but their ancestors. We also know that the Nile is part of the damn Sahara. People didn't know that the other day. Okay, so let's get it right here. Intersection of archaeology and evolutionary biology, human evolution. Okay, archaeology provides the physical evidence, the fossils and bones that evolutionary biology interprets to understand human ancestry. Key point right here, yo. What are we all talking about here? See, we are learning. We can always go through these conversations and make sure that we're learning. I thought we was trying to understand the human ancestry, the ancestry of the Nile Valley. Yes, we was, right? I mean, this again, evolutionary biology interprets to understand human ancestry. That's what we was all fighting over, right? And evolutionary changes. Ancient DNA, advances in extracting and analyzing ancient DNA, which is a new study, y'all, from bones allow evolutionary biologists to study the genetics of ancient population. I thought we was trying to learn. We hear people talking about the genetics of the population. So we're actually using evolutionary biology. I didn't make this up. Providing insight into the migrations. Man, see, Chris, you was the dead man walking. Migration patterns, interbreeding between species, Neanderthal, modern humans, etc., and the spread of genetic traits. Adaptive traits. By studying skeleton remains of ancient populations, researchers can identify the traits that may have evolved in response to environmental pressures, contributing to the understanding of the human adaptation. These fields together contribute to the comprehension. Do I got to look at the word comprehension? Understanding of the past and helping us understand not only where we come from, but also how different species have adapted and evolved over millions of years. Let us get back to our conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Put me in the game, coach. I got it. Tried to tell you. Pseudo Killer Official, man. We stand right there on top of our A game, man. We ain't playing. We enjoying the conversation. No, it's gonna bog down my computer, but go ahead.
Okay. All right. You want me to send you a new one? I got two of them.
Yeah,
it's the 19th, and I really
yeah, send that. I'm waiting on that computer, Chris.
Give me your information, and I'll send it to you free of charge.
Make sure you send that.
I will do that. I promise you.
All right.
19th and early. I send one person one. Trust me. It says 19th and early 20th century historians largely interpreted the archaeological evidence on the African continent through a racist filter that rejected the notion that Africans could create a high civilization. Today, Egyptologists have data that clearly shows that Egyptian culture was invented by indigenous people in southern Egypt and spread towards the Mediterranean Sea around 3000 BCE. This evidence includes distinctive jars and bowls like those to your left. The decoration on these vessels first appeared in southern Egypt by 3400 BCE and then by 3000 BCE. It's found in the north. During this period, rectangular house designs from the south replaced earlier oval houses in the north. At the same time, distinctive southern oval-shaped graves began to appear in the north, replacing the northern shallow pit graves. A southern cult that centered on the cattle worship was so transferred northward in this time period. Archaeologists cannot determine from this kind of evidence whether this cultural change was peaceful or the result of conquest though some evidence for fortified towns such as conflict. Okay, so what we're having here is, I agree with this 100%.
Me too. That's why I showed it.
This starts towards Nubia, below towards between the first, second, and third cataract. This is where these the indigenous populations formed. Would you agree with that?
But the thing tell you right there is say in southern Egypt, yo.
In southern Egypt. So that would be
Nubia is in southern Egypt.
In the third cataract, right?
No, southern
Egypt. That's how you got to understand the cataracts to understand what this means, because there's no real source on here for this.
No, so yeah, that's the Brooklyn Museum. That is a real damn source. It's the Brooklyn Museum.
No, I didn't see the source on here, is what I'm telling you.
Okay, well, the first cataract is the beginning of where you start to hit like Nubia. It's to the first, but then there's no real border. So modern borders.
There isn't. You're right.
Okay. All right. And so there's no fence where people would just stop. There's a gradation. But go ahead, bro.
Okay, so we have the Paleolithic age, which was what, 50,000 years ago? Okay, so the Paleolithic age, you had migrations from the Levant that came in and began to mix with the indigenous populations in North Africa. Am I correct? Okay, so at this point in time, you get a mixture of the indigenous populations versus the migrations coming from the Levant.
Can I take this down though? Is that cool?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so a lot of times when I hear you guys talking, you guys are speaking about
you guys. Just keep it with me, because that's my source. Right? Reggie went to the museum, took the pictures, and I'm the first nigga to show that. That's my source. So you ain't gonna beat me up on something I brought that agree with you. Just say, damn nigga, I ain't know. You got me on that one.
You didn't get me on shit.
Well, nigga, I brought the source.
You've been all over the internet saying that
saying this.
We've been saying
man, I've been saying this, bro. I've been saying this right here. Come on, Chris.
No, you haven't.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Can I tell you what's been happening, yo? Or do you want to fight and argue?
Because every time I say, I notice whenever you
get
hurt,
you want me
punch to the
I'm
gut.
Not hurt. I'm not hurt, yo.
You start interrupting me.
Come on, yo, I'm not interrupting you now, yo. And oh, by the way, yo, this is my presentation.
You right?
So I'm allowing you as a guest, my nigga. I won't pull the golden card on you.
You right about that.
Okay, so then you get your thing off, nigga, right? Because I know I'm timing up for you. But watch this. Check it out. Here's the difference. You got people like Smash, you got Brother Reggie, right? You got Chief X, okay? And you got other guys, right, that are making different arguments. Right? And they seem to blend together sometimes, right? But when you separate it completely like you should, because this is what I'm doing, right? Then you can clearly say what I'm saying, see what I'm saying. Everything that I showed you is how I reach my conclusions based off of expertise. Okay? Now, this particular document that you're reading actually refutes the point you made about outdated sources. So I want to throw Jabari name into the hat too. And then some Hebrew Israelites, they also talk about the subject, right? And they're going to be places where they all intersect. That's how complicated the conversation is. That's why, I ask you, just please look at the arguments that I have been making. Okay, even through all my mistakes. But I have a theme here. Okay. There's certain terminology that does not fit for pre-colonialism. Doesn't make sense. There's certain terminology, watch this, that's not scientific. So if we're talking about archaeology, evolutionary science, Egyptology, then we're using fields that are in science. Evolution, my fault. Egyptology is a scientific field. I say again, Egyptology is a scientific field. So bringing in social constructs in a scientific discipline would be pseudo, right? So if we with our friends kicking it 2024, what's up, brother? Black man, I'm black and I'm proud. Man, that's a social construct that we're all comfortable with. But what these dudes did was they made it seem like I was anti-African. I was anti-black African power. Hell, I made the damn thing up. Never was anti that. I'm simply saying, if we going to do this thing for real, yo, I'm not going to acquiesce to the faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? That somebody at about 1500 BCE, 1000 BCE, 2500 BCE, 4500 BCE was walking around saying, what's going on, brother? I'm black and I'm proud. That wouldn't be the truth. There's some kind of way they separate and divide themselves based off of skin color. That would not be truth. And they all tried to play the game. They all tried to do it. And so the reality is I was like the damn center of this wild conversation, and everybody picked and choose what part of my damn conversation they wanted to use. All you gotta do is sit back and look at it. Jabari got himself all confused up. Go watch the videos. It's on Sound of the channel. I mean, they black, but they not black. They didn't call themselves black. They was black, but they did. But I get the social construct. They did all that. I had people tell me, we don't understand what black is. I clearly understand what black is. And it's so damn confusing that it's definitely not fit for a scientific conversation. But let us move on. We're cooking with hot grease, man. We definitely gonna open the panel up. All right. Let's get it. And oh, by the way, Chris is interpreting my source as saying that they mean the Egyptians was black. And I'm saying, yo, I've been saying the same thing because I read the Cairo Symposium. And at the Cairo Symposium, they had people there talking about the ancestors of the Egyptians coming out of the Green Sahara. That argument was definitely brought forward in 1974. Most of y'all don't know that. Go to the Wikipedia article entitled, I ain't gonna bring it up because I do it all the time. The Egyptian Race Controversy. And go to where it talks about modern scholarship. And they'll talk about at the conference. One day I'll bring it up where they talk about people coming out of the Green Sahara, man. Let us rock on. So yes, UNESCO will be considered old, but that's why I brought an up-to-date 2023 source to support what they said in 1974 about coming out of Sahara. Hold on, bro. Right? That's why I did that. So I've never said nothing different than this, bro. You just don't understand it because this is my source. These are the things I've been saying. Matter of fact, these are the exact same things I've been saying for the last 3 years, bro. That's all I'm saying. Now, everybody else, somebody else say, yo, they was black, and getting to all that. But this is what I've been saying. This is not new, Chris. It's just getting merged together at times, bro. That's cool. But understand that me and you agree with my source that I brought, and everything I said goes exactly with my source.
Since we hold on. Since we agree with this source, and you brought up the UNESCO, remember Shank Auntie Joe had been arguing the same thing in which you just presented right there.
No, he didn't. I can show you. It's right here. Remember, you move slow. Look, here you go. It's right here, yo. It's right here. Look. Bing, bing. He was arguing for their Africanness, bro. But right here, it said, yeah, he was all, yeah, that was his fun. Yeah, he was saying it was Negroes and it was just one monogeneous population. He was wrong with that.
Wait a minute.
But where he was right was.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Let me read this for you.
Wait a minute. They weren't?
No, let me read this for you.
No, look. I'm asking you, they weren't?
No, let me read this for you. Listen, look, at the 1974 UNESCO conference, several participants, other than, I hope we don't got to argue in the other than, whatever follows the other than, that means it's different from what was said by several other participants. Can we agree to that? Yes. Other than Diop's and Obanga concluded. So other people concluded besides Theophile Banga and Diop's concluded that the Neolithic Egyptian population was indigenous to the Sahara, see, and was made up of people from north and south of the Sahara who had a range of skin colors. Theophile Bang and them said they was black. They was all dark skinned, bro. That's what they was basically trying to say, and that they was Negroes, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's cool. It's a good conversation back then. That's not the option. I think the mistakes people make. Hold on. I think the mistakes people make is, and one thing about you, right? You'll learn. You just like wilding out, but you'll learn, right? You can do that. You do have the propensity to do that. Not gonna take that from you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay for Diops and them not to have that measure right there. It's not an issue.
Hold on, you're saying that only I wild out?
No, I'm a wild nigga.
I know. You say when you see my mama, you gonna slap the shit out of her.
No, I'm just talking.
I had to get off. Fight so
many. Hold on. I don't even know your mother. See, y'all gotta stop that, yo. You gotta stop. I don't even. Hey, check this out. I don't even know your mother, yo. That's something I say when you call me a bitch. That's my.
Telling you that.
I don't know your mom. Yeah, I'm gonna take. Hey, no, I ain't. Look. I shouldn't have said that. Hey, look. You should never listen. You should never say something about people mothers. It ain't fair. But I be saying at that point, yo, when I see you, I want you to punch my mouth for saying it. That's what I really be saying, which is crazy. I admit it. All the black people in the audience.
Academic schizophrenia.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm that. I'll be that. I'm that.
Let me see. First of all, Negro is just a Latin word for black. I think we can agree with that.
Yeah, right.
And when you look at when they said that they arrange from a wide range of skin tones, you can look at me and you and see that you're a brown skinned brother and I'm a light skinned brother. All right. What we have is the European always trying to place himself in Northern Africa because it was a great civilization that they've been wanting to claim since they came over there. All right. You got the Paleolithic age. You got the Neolithic age, and then you have the migrations from across the Mediterranean from, let's just say Europe, from over in Europe, right? Not to mention you have the Arabization of Africa sometimes during the 7th century. So you have all these different migrations coming over there. And many times what I had been hearing, I could be wrong. You weren't saying this. That was Chief X crazy ass saying that.
Thank you.
Saying things like these people have always been there. Well, yes, DNA does exist, right? Because you have mutation you'll have mutations in our genetics, right? Would you agree with that? Through different
that's evolution, see?
Right. That's a form of evolution. No knocking that. Right, but
so you saying populations evolved in Egypt?
You was presenting that what we talking about right now. That's what I'm telling your ass. That's right.
So you saying them genes didn't mix and people didn't pass on traits, which is part of evolution. Remember, evolution doesn't occur in one person, yo. It's in a population, yo. Well, so you saying that population didn't evolve?
Hold on. You're not saying yes.
Okay, thank you. So take it back that evolution don't got nothing to do with the conversation. Take it back.
Hold on, but you're glossing past the fact that they had their own culture that created standards. So the traits were already there.
No, I'm saying the culture is indigenous to Africa, right? But
started at the beginning.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Hey, Chris.
That's what that source said.
I know, but Chris, hold on. I kind of set you up. I just want to let you know that. I did, yo, because I knew you was gonna go into this kind of I knew you wasn't gonna understand what indigenous meant.
I do know what indigenous means.
What does it mean?
Let's pull the definition so everybody can see it. Indigenous.
I don't even want to hit you with the question you can't answer.
Oh, I know,
got better.
what you're going to say.
What am I saying? What am I going to say? Go ahead. Let me see how nice you is with it.
All right. Indigenous. Let's go here. Let's go here. Solar, share this real quick.
Mm-hmm. Let me set this up right here. Let me get you. I got him. Coach put me in the game. Fed all into it. Let me see.
Here's the definition. I don't think Solar listening right now. He probably playing NBA Live or some 2K24. Oh, there you go. What's up, Solar? Come on.
Man, I'm listening. You ain't got shit up there, bro. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, let me get him. So we're gonna go to Indigenous right here. Boom. Share. All right, here it is right here. Indigenous. Originating or occurring naturally in a particular place. Native. 2, of people inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest times or from before the arrival of colonists. Do you agree with that definition? Okay. So the local populations that were in North Africa, the northern part of Africa during the Paleolithic period, those groups that came from the Levant, they mixed with the indigenous Africans that were there. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
And it gave these people in the north a distinct look, right?
What you mean, a distinct look?
A distinct look. When you mix a white person and a black person, when they mix, they're going to have a distinct look. If you mix an Arab with an African, the offspring is going to have a distinct look, right?
No, not all the time.
Not all the time. I agree with you, but sometimes it can happen, right?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that these people were no longer Negro because of the admixture?
No, I'm saying the term Negro was scientific racism and shouldn't be used because it was the races in nature. That's why they stopped using it. The 5 categories of races was Negroid, Caucasoid, Oceania, Native American, and the Islanders. That's 5, right? And so, yeah, that was racist, yo. It said it was 5 different races. It was wrong. And sometimes it said it was 15 races. Some said 40 races. So the term itself is racist in its nature, right? So that's why I wanted to bring you right here. Let me share my screen and bring you right here real quick, and then let you get back to where you was at, because I want you to stay right there. I think it's a great point. I would like to come right here to the article is entitled Negroid, right? And it says Negroid, less commonly called Caucasoid. It's an obsolete racial Congoid. My fault. Thank you, brother. Congoid is an obsolete racial grouping of various people indigenous to
Africa.
Hold on. South of the area which stretched from the southern Sahara Desert in the west to the African Great Lakes in the southeast, but also is isolated parts of South and Southeast Asia, Negritos. The term derived from the noun disproven, is the disproven conception of race as a biological category. Now let's do this to the side. Now watch this. Let's come to Diop's. Let's see what's going on. Diop's. Shikant Diop's Negro Primacy. It's a Afrocentrist author. I don't necessarily agree with that. Shikant Diop's contrasted Negroid with Cro-Magnon in his publication arguing for Negro primacy. It's a Grimaldi Upper Paleolithic fossil found in Italy in 1901, had been classified as Negroid by Boyle and Wallace in 1921. The identification was obsolete by the 1960s, but was controversially revived by Diop's in his work, The African Northern Civilization, in 1974, bro, and republished in 1989. So by the time he brought that to UNESCO, he was obsolete, bro. And that's why I'm saying, and that's why I gave the whole order of how they was the first person to make the statements on race, right? That's why I knew you was going to go there. So that's why I actually put in my presentation, right? So I'm trying to show you that they was always against using those terms. And that's why they made the first 5 statements in the history of the world, you know what I'm saying, on race, like publicly, like they put it out there. That was after the Great War, they made these statements, right? So they would never let Diop's get that off because it would actually be going against the 5 statements of race. There is no 5 groupings, Negroid included. That's all I was saying, bro. That's my point.
That's cool. So since
Right.
we're dealing with racism,
No, he can get that wrong. That's cool for him to make that mistake. That's cool, right?
yeah, he didn't have Shane Kanji Joe did not have the resources that we have today.
No, they had it back then.
They did not have resources.
They did. They didn't have it. Hold on. Not trying to cut you off, bro, but I want to make sure this shit flow right. No, they didn't have the resources that we had, but the resources they did have made them realize that the use of the term Negroid was wrong.
Okay.
That's
Good.
all I'm saying, bro.
Wonderful. So let's go here.
So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Now get back to your point before that, because it was a good point.
Because
about the back migrations.
Okay,
we're going to talk about
back migration in a minute. But if we're going to be talking about solar, share my screen real quick.
Don't forget about the back migration back in Africa and indigenous. We're going to put a pin right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, man, I got to go get a haircut. All right.
Yo, take your hat off. We want to see. Take your hat off.
No,
I think you got like a side head or something, yo. I think like a piece cut off or some shit.
It's a lot of naps under there, like Duran, but it ain't none of that.
Cut the hair, nigga. You look at you, boy. Go ahead, though. All right, go ahead.
All right, let's go, man. Let's go. All right, go to Rob Rack Show. I had my hat off the other day. Nobody couldn't believe it. He got hair.
Oh man, he got hair.
All right,
probably got straight white boy hair talking crazy.
Share my screen. We're gonna go into the evolution news. I want to be able to relate to Ankh here in this conversation. You know, this brother is an evolutionist.
All day.
He loves scientific formality here. So let's deal with evolution here as it pertains to Ankh's presentation, because we are talking about things that are considered racist here, right? So Solar, can you share my screen? I'm gonna hit present, share.
Tied into the Egyptian conversation. Don't be out there on the rafts.
Hey, you started it, so I'm gonna deal with it, right? Because this is I really don't like going back and forth.
Do me a favor though. Do me a favor.
What's up?
Put that link right there in the back group. And I dare you to read that. I'm telling you that. I'm threatening you. Don't read that.
Don't read this?
Yeah, don't read that. Put the link right here.
But this has his quotes in here. That's why I read it.
Damn. But put it right there in the back chat. You see it?
Yeah, I'll put it back there for you.
No, right now, before you start reading. I want to read with you. Go ahead. Make sure you ain't cheating.
Bro.
But I'm threatening you. Don't
Hold on.
What?
Am I known to do that? No. My audience know I don't do that.
Hey, Gigi. Hey, Cedric. And Gigi, look what that man got up on that screen, yo. Tell him, threaten him. Say, don't read that. Don't tell.
Hey,
I'm threatening you. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Hey, Solar. Hold on. Where you at? Hey, Solar. So
he getting kind of nervous, y'all. Please understand.
Don't read it, dog. Tell him don't read that, yo.
The reason why
don't read that.
Hold on. You know why I know about this source, Unc?
Why?
Because of you.
I know, but you shouldn't read that though.
I'm gonna read it though.
No, don't read that, yo.
Because it's a more focused source. It's more recent. It's only 2 years old versus the 50-year-old sources that you've been reading. So let's read this by Richard Weinkart.
I'm threatening you, yo. I'm gonna give you one last chance, yo. You can walk away now.
Okay.
Now listen, you can walk. Yeah. We're not gonna charge you with it, yo.
Yes,
if you walk away from it right now and don't read that, so don't read it.
Because you can read it with me. You can read this with me.
But I'm telling you, don't use that, yo. I'm trying to help you out, yo. I don't want to make you look bad, yo. The contest will be over with if you read that.
Come on, man. You think I'm afraid of that?
All right. I dare you.
All right. So
I'm about to do it. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Can I read?
Yes. Yeah, I told you don't do it. You move to something different. Just get out of that, yo. I don't want to win like this.
No. Let's keep doing it. It says in 1881, towards the end of his life, Charles Darwin wrote to a colleague that the quote, end quote, more civilized so-called Caucasian races have beaten the Turkish hollow in the struggle for existence. Looking to a world at no very distant date, what an endless number of lower races will have been eliminated by the higher civilized races throughout the world. This is what Charles Darwin said. This is in quotations here. And it says, let's continue. This was just not some offhand comment unrelated to Darwin's science. It reflected important elements of his theory of human evolution. Indeed, he articulated the same principle in his scientific study of human evolution, the descent of man. in 1871, where he claimed, quote, at some future period, not very distant as measured by centuries, the civilized races of man will almost certainly exterminate and replace throughout the world the savage races. Not only racism, but racial extermination was an integral feature of Darwin's theory from the start. So racism is prominent in academia. There's no way around it. And I find it funny that people try to hold Shank Ain't Joe to a standard as it pertains to race, but then we read Charles Darwin's work, and it is the foundation of evolution, but he too was in fact a racist, or he was very prejudiced against what he considered lesser races. So we got to be honest with this thing when we are reading these sources, and that's why I'm stating what I'm stating on.
You did it anyway, yeah. Look, do me a favor, yo. Next time, go to the Charles Darwin website and all that. So you're gonna bring me something.
You saying you ain't never read from this website before? Are you serious?
No, I'm saying this is a pseudoscientific website. It's a creationist website, yo. It's actually part of the intelligent design package, yo. That's why I say don't use it, yo. I just didn't even want to win like that, yo. Look, here you go right here, yo. I didn't want to do this. Look,
but did they quote his work?
Look, hold on. No, they misquoted shit. Look, intelligent design. Look, you using intelligent design and evolution awareness. This is the site they use to talk crazy, yo. Look, this is crazy, yo. Look, there you go. Science and Culture, Science Discovery Institute. This is part of the shit they're using, yo. You would never use that in the intellectual gunfight, dog. You would never do it. I can't believe you brought the intelligent design shit. This is, look, there you go.
Intelligent design. I read this to show you what
I know, but you do know that that's look.
I'm sorry, but this is what Charles Darwin himself said.
But you do get, I'm just saying.
Source.
But you get my point, though. This is not a pride. He didn't say that. They fucked it all up on purpose.
Then you have to show your work and prove that. You just can't say that. Show your work and prove that now.
No, I'm just saying your source is not an academic source, is what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, but they have quoted Charles Darwin, which makes that quote a
no, they have misquoted Charles Darwin.
They have
all this is foolery. This is not science-based. None of this. Look, ladies and gentlemen.
Integrity as an academic is on the line.
I just showed you. It's
you went to a Wikipedia article.
No, this is part of the Discovery Institute, man.
You went to a Wikipedia
and then got to this and
something that you showed no methodology again.
I don't have to. I got hey damn Solar. You gotta show my screen, Solar mine. No, yo, this is all the foolery, right? No, this is intelligent design. Look, bro, this is evolution news, yo. This is the fake shit. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
When you read it though, right?
No, it's the website itself is pseudoscientific, dog. That's all I'm saying.
We're not talking about the website.
We are. You cannot use a pseudoscientific website. I don't want to talk over
Charles Darwin quoting how he felt about.
Okay, let me read this for you. This is about us. This is the about us section. Standards and Ethics. Evolution News and Science Today publishes work by scientists associated with the Discovery Institute Center of Science and That's why I just didn't want to do it to you, shorty. Like when I'm gonna read this again. Evolution News and Science Today publishes work by scientists associated with the Discovery Institute Center for Science and Culture, as well as the independent scholars and writers. They fucking lying because none of them have published works. None of the hold on, let me finish. None of the scientists they claim to use copyrighted article published copyright by Discovery Institute. Okay, now watch this. Hold on. Since we cooking with hot goddamn grease around this motherfucker, because this is what we do all day, every day. We cook with hot goddamn grease. Not only hot grease, but red hot goddamn grease. So look, yo, since you wanted to do it, and I say don't do it, intelligent design, look, evolution awareness. It says, look, Intelligent Design and Evolution Awareness Center is a nonprofit advocacy organization that promotes scientific principles of intelligent design. You know what I'm saying? Of intelligent design. And what the fuck is intelligent design? Look, intelligent design, is a pseudoscientific argument for the existence of God and presence by its proponents as evidence-based scientific theory about life. Get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm trying to say, yo. I say, don't do it. I said, I don't want to win like that. I begged and pleaded. I know Juju on there told you, Cedric, I know they say, no, Chris, don't do it. I didn't want to win like that. At this point, they're actually out the game for bringing pseudoscientific information, right, against a person who has brought nothing but Harvard and Yale. That's off of Brown, Morgan State University. Top-notch evolutionary theory, top-notch sources. So can we now get back to, well, now he sent you out the contest, because I didn't think you would bring a scientific, a pseudo-scientific source, but you did. I don't want to showboat too much, but I need to dance a little bit, just a little bit, because this is how we do it, Chris. So can we get back to the back migration so I can get you out
Yeah,
here?
I do, but I think
You don't want to argue that. Don't argue. Come on,
yeah.
Just say, I shouldn't have used that. Go find something else.
No, that's not true because
You want to use intelligent design website, yo?
Excuse me, is it all right?
No, you.
Is it all right?
I'm not gonna argue with you on no intelligent design website,
Yeah,
yo.
because
On the pseudoscientific, I'm not gonna do it.
I even went to Goodreads.com where I just pull books from every now and then because I have a membership there. If you could share my
No, you should have used that at first. Now you backed away.
No, but I'm showing you what you're doing is
I didn't do it.
Argument.
I didn't do it, bro. You did that. You brought that pseudoscientific source.
Okay,
I did.
So here it is. Here's his quote again. And it says, this is his quote. And that's why I read that, to show his quote. He quotes and says, I could show the fight on natural selection having done and doing more for the progress of civilization than you seem inclined to admit. Remember what risks the nations of Europe ran not so many centuries ago of being overwhelmed by the Turks, and how ridiculous such an idea now is. The more civilized so-called Caucasian races have beaten the Turkish hollow in the struggle for existence. Looking to the world at no very distant date, what an endless number of the lower races will have been eliminated by the higher civilized races of the world. That quote still stands. I think it's irrelevant. I think it's irrelevant. I think it's truly irrelevant where I pulled the quote from. That's a red herring that you're creating to make it look like
a red herring. You brought a non-scientific source to a scientific conversation, bro.
I'm sorry, but all I'm doing is bringing. So you're saying that Charles Darwin is unscientific in his approach right here?
No, I'm saying that you misreading that shit. I ain't even looked. I was talking to read. Now, what you saying right here? Where's that from?
But you know what?
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it. Read it. Go ahead.
For the sake of the audience,
go ahead.
Let's get into this.
No, go ahead and read it. What is it? What is it?
Are you serious, bro?
What it say? It say I could show fight on natural selection, having done and doing more for the progress of civilization than you seem to incline to admit. Remember what risks the nations of Europe ran not so many centuries ago, being overwhelmed by the Turks, and how ridiculous such an idea now is. It says the more civilized so-called Caucasian races, he's talking about white people now, have beaten the Turkish hollow in the struggle for existence. Man, yo. Looking to the world at no very distant date, what an endless number of lower races will have been eliminated by the high civilized.
Let it go. You're done.
No, did you read it though, yo? It say, first of all, the uncivilized, it say that the civilized races of white people overtook the white people. He was basically saying that, yo, this is a regular occurrence. So I want to tell you right now, yo, that the hunter-gatherers is getting out of here faster than goddamn nigga running from a ghost show.
Where's this quote taken from?
It's probably taken, but I'm saying, so it's not actually a racial statement. He's simply stating the obvious, yo, that the people with higher technology is gonna make the other people go extinct. That's a reality. I mean, damn.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you.
Did you read this first though, yo? You forgot I was a Charles Darwin guy, right?
This quote is taken from The Descent of Man.
But it's not actually a racial statement because he deals with the white people first.
You know what?
Am I correct? Hold on, am I correct?
The white races, the more civilized races, and you know.
No, he said he was talking about the Turkish. He talking about white people first.
Are you know, bro? Stop.
You read it. You don't got to put it back up. You don't got to put it back up. Hey, Solomon, this man came in here with his.
Let it go.
Man, Charles Darwin. Let's get back. Hold on. Let's close it out with this.
But let me say this, though.
All right. Can we move on to the back migration? I think that's important. And indigenous, okay.
Because it's getting a little late here.
Yeah, I know. I want to finish you off.
I'll say this in closing.
Yeah, say it in closing.
Nah, this
saying in closing.
You need to work out. You got a junk food body.
Nah, nigga, I ain't got no junk food body, nigga. Shit. Nigga, I'm good at the what? What,
Okay.
nigga?
So let's
I'm good, nigga. Don't make me take my Nah, I ain't gonna do all that.
Today we're gonna agree on some things, but we can disagree.
But you got a puggy neck though, nigga. So what you eating? Fried chicken.
I'm 185. I'm 185. That's because I'm
Look at you.
like this, like this. You know
Yeah, look at
so
you.
anyway,
Double neck. But go ahead.
we're gonna agree as men to disagree today.
About what? You
No,
ain't.
I agree with the slides you presented now. I
Thank you,
agree
sir.
with that.
Thank you, sir. That was the
I agree
closing.
with you on that.
The closing shit.
All right. But
Mhm.
they were black and they were Negroes in the Latin sense. We have to understand what the word Negro came to mean in the 60s during the Civil Rights Movement and how it related to academia, right? So we have to understand certain contexts here. You understand what I'm saying? It's getting late and I want to get into the Paleolithic period, but I want to do a presentation on that.
All right, then we'll come back.
I'm hiding my hand a little bit too. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't hiding my hand. It's all out there in the middle of the street.
No. I think you've shown your hand enough. Your presentation lacks cohesion.
No problem. But I bet you understand it though, don't you?
Don't worry. Nah, I didn't. You came on here and gave us an elementary breakdown.
Supposed to. Y'all like you would understand some high level extraordinary shit.
Understand that shit. But anyway.
If you understand it, why are you debating me on that? Why are you having this type of so hold on, back to the back migration and indigenous people.
Go ahead. Let's do
So what is your understanding of indigenous people now?
Indigenous people are the people that are native to the land. That are native there.
Okay.
All right. Simple.
So let's deal with the back migration.
Go ahead.
So I want you to know that when Homo sapiens back migrated into Africa, they back migrated into population that was there already. You agree?
Yeah.
So yes, watch this. When Homo sapiens back migrated, right? Did they mix with humans already in Africa? Of course they did. Homo sapiens back migrated into Africa from Eurasia.
Well, wait. Oh, stop. 4,500 BCE, we're Homo sapien, right? We're now Homo sapien, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to be clear on that. Okay.
Yeah, 4,000, of course. We've been Homo sapiens since 350,000 years.
Yeah.
They say the Homo sapiens back migrating to Eurasia. They say they did mix with populations already present in the continent. Back migration, subsequent mixing has significant genetic and cultural implications. So here are some of the key points to detail the process. Genetic studies have shown that there were multiple waves of migrations back into Africa, particularly from Near East and Europe, which brought Eurasian genetic material into African populations. For instance, genetic analysis of ancient and modern African genomes reveals significant Eurasian ancestry and some African populations, particularly in North and Northeast Africa, right? And so we got that. Now watch this. Hold on. So you read the definition of an indigenous, right? Now watch this question here. So we want to know, does mixing with those indigenous African populations stop those African populations from being indigenous?
What's this first you're reading from?
I'm reading from Dale's blog, Anthropology. And also I'll provide them in the thing for you when I finish reading it. Okay, so the question is, does the indigenous population, does mixing with those back migrations, does the indigenous population stop those African populations from being indigenous? The answer is no. It's a mixing with back migration population does not stop the indigenous African population from being considered indigenous. Indigenous status is not solely determined by genetic purity. See what I'm saying? But by the combination of historical, cultural, and ancestral connection to a particular reason. Here's some key points. Historical and cultural continuity. Indigenous status is often identified by the group long-standing connection to a specific geographical region, their cultural practices, and their historical presence in that area. African populations, despite genetic admixture, have maintained their cultural identities, language, and traditions, which are deeply rooted in the African continent. Those factors are Those factors are crucial in identifying their indigenous standing. Genetic diversity. Africa is the most genetically diverse continent. And this diversity includes the result of both ancient and more recent admixture. See, the presence of non-African genetic material in some African populations does not negate their indigenous status. Instead, it highlights the dynamic and complex history of human populations on the continent. Indigeneity and admixture. Admixture is the common occurrence in history of all human populations. I've been trying to say that. And it does not invalidate a group's claim of being indigenous to their land. Indigenous populations around the world, including in Africa, have experienced gene flow from other neighboring groups while maintaining their distinct identity and connection to their ancestral land. Indigenous rights and organizations recognize the indigeneity of populations based on their historical ties to the region, regardless of genetic admixture. For example, the United Nations declared on the rights of indigenous people, the UNDRIP defines indigenous people based on their historical continuity with pre-colonial societies and their cultural distinctiveness, not on genetic factors. So in summary, African populations remain indigenous to their regions regardless of genetic admixture. With back migration populations, their cultural, historical, and ancestral ties to their lands are primarily determinants of their ingenuity. So there you go.
All right. Interesting.
It's interesting though, right? Most people don't know that, Chris. A lot of people just heard this tonight for the first time. Trust me. That's very interesting.
Okay, so when you're talking about indigenous people, one of the things that I don't know what you realized was you're reading commentary. In order to understand who indigenous people are in certain lands, like say for instance, we have the Berber people. You have a group of darker skinned Berber people, and you have a group of lighter skinned, but damn near, well, which are white Berberish people, right? Berber people also called the Amazigh people, right? Now, when you look at the indigenous populations, of course, these are Africans that are indigenous to their home. But popular media is only going to showcase the white Amazigh people. When you look at those people, their culture is not, in fact, Berberish. It's, in fact, Balkan when you look at it. And even their language is, in fact, European and Balkan. But you have that group of people that have also mixed with the indigenous populations. It doesn't mean that they are indigenous. It just means that they are now mixing with the more indigenous populations that are already there. And sometimes when we're reading these sources, we have to be very careful because these sources are always going to support the more popular media that that is presented in North Africa, and which was Arabized sometimes during the 7th century CE, because you also have the Arabization process of Africa, and this is why you have all the Arabized names that are there now, with the influence of the proliferation of Islam as it invaded there during the 7th century. So you have to be careful with that. It's good that you read your sources, but you're not understanding that you are in fact reading commentary. It's best to study the anthropology of the area to get a cultural understanding of the people. I noticed that you presented anthropology in your presentation, but you necessarily didn't go into it as it pertains to back migrations into Africa. And that'll be something that I'll be addressing this month over here, also dealing with indigenous peoples and people that migrated into their homes, pushing them further south or inward into the
there you go with the pushing. There you go.
Last time I checked, the European just came into North Africa and said, hey guys, we're gonna move in with you. I'm going to have to deal. But let me ask you this. When we look at that, where did the E1B1A haplogroup, which is more commonly found in sub-Saharan Africa, where is its origin at?
Well, let's get it up. Let's get the E1B1.
E1B1A.
All right, here we go. Let's get right
to
it.
Wikipedia.
That's EV38.
EV38 migrated from what area of Africa to what area?
Evidence of Y chromosome analysis from the late exclusive Eastern expansion of the Bantu-speaking people. You want that one? That's from the Journal of Nature.
Here, I'll read something to you here.
Oh, you want to do the Wikipedia? Go with the Wikipedia. Here, it's right. It tells you East Africa.
East Africa, right?
They
So
changed it
we
over
have,
to the EV38. But go ahead.
so it was EV38, and then when the Green Sahara dried up, these groups all did what?
And they fanned the groups went to the
North,
and
south,
south.
east, that's looking for water and migrating, right?
Yep.
And as the Sahara continued to expand, those groups, that Sahara became a barrier for the EV38 to even get back there. Would you agree with that?
Say it again.
Where was that? When the Sahara began to expand, remember when the Sahara dried up, it becomes these groups started migrating east and west. Am I correct? South and north. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we have mutations in their genetic coding, right? Okay, so the Sahara now becomes a barrier for all these people that migrated some 40,000 years. I'm sorry, 40,000 years ago. Yeah, 40,000 years ago, right?
Somewhat of a barrier. We'll go because they
right, but its origin is in East Africa, right?
Yep, that's what it say.
That's the science, right? So when we're saying that our origins are in fact Nubia or the Sudan or Egypt, those were all indigenous African populations. Yes, migrations from other areas contributed to their gene pool, but the indigenous populations created these civilizations, and your presentation showed that. So I don't think I have anything else to say. E1B1A is just a variant of the EV38, which origin is in fact in East Africa.
But that's hey Solomon, hit the thing, hit the screen share real quick. Solomon. Yeah, so right here. Great article, yo. It's in my book. The History of Male Migration in and Out of the Green Sahara. And here you go right here. This is a great study right here. You can tell it 12,000, look at the scale, thousands of years, right? And so the Bantu, the EM2, that's not during the Green Sahara time period. We're supposed to know that. But what you do see here is A3, M13, and EM2 Green Saharian. Then you got the EM78 North Africa, then the RV88, and they're in that Green Sahara. And here go right here.
Now remember, the RV88 is a
East Africa.
Yeah. And hold on. And
no, not RV88. That's not.
That's what I'm about to say. That's Levant. That's Levant.
Yup.
No, go ahead. It come from Levant, then Europe, then into Africa.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's good with it?
Hey, I know you didn't get a chance to jump on, Gullah. I know you didn't get a chance to jump on, but I wanted to yesterday, yo. But yeah. But you see the map right here, though, right? Look.
Yeah, I see it.
So look, it's telling you how they fanned in and fanned out. It's all right here. I'm gonna give it to you. I think you should read this, yo.
All right, send that to me in Messenger.
All right, I'm sending you.
Just don't say you're gonna slap the shit out of my mama no more.
No, I ain't doing that. I'm cordial today. I'm gonna cut you out next time. Not on this though. I got you.
Yeah, but like E1B1A, it spread.
Who's this talking?
It's Gullah.
Oh, what up, Gullah?
Good with it. It mutated in East Africa, but it was in more like the Western Sudan. That Sudan is big as hell. You know what I'm saying? You had different various populations. You had the Niger-Kaddofian population. You had the Proto-Nilo-Saharan population. And you had the Proto-Afrasian groups, you know what I'm saying, more towards the Red Sea Hill area. You know what I'm saying? You had very different regions that was gapped out. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, that E1B1A signature, you know what I'm saying, is amongst those Niger-Kaddofian speakers in the savannah areas, you know what I'm saying, leading to what they call the West Sudanic belt going into West Africa. That was the corridor for them even going into the Green Sahara in the first place, you know what I'm saying, around 20,000 and 12,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They was in the Central Sahara for a while. That's where EM2 mutated at, the offshoot of EV38 in the Central Sahara.
So C, it say the present-day distribution of the 4 green Saharan Y chromosome haplogroups, yellow shading indicates the Sahara Desert. Each circle represents a sample population with the presence or absence of the 4 green Saharan haplogroups, shown by the colored sector. Other haplogroups may also be present in these populations, but are not shown. The small arrows indicate the inferred northward and southward movements of these haplogroups when the Sahara became uninhabitable. So here we go right here. Y'all see the 4 colors. Go back up here. Right? Y'all see the 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. All right. And look at the circles. That's Northeast Africa. Egypt is the northeastern sector, right? And you see that purple. That purple represents RV88 that you would find in that area. You got the brown. The brown represents A3M13. You got the blue. The blue represents EM78. That's the North African variant. And you got that green. That green represents the EM2. And they safely fixed, they all run in the Sahara. They do their thing and they come back out again. And they show how they come back out right here. This is a great study. I suggest y'all read it. Gullah is thoroughly familiar with this article. I know we were reading this for a few years now, so I don't know what the problem is. And that's why I talked about how being indigenous and having mixture doesn't stop you from being indigenous. And I don't think most people understood that till today. I put them sources in there, man. And so I'm going to stop right here. And yeah, man, I mean, this is where we at, yo. We stay right there. But you cannot bring intelligent design to this type of conversation, bro. You just can't do it. Man, it's hot. Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that link, man. We're going to go live, man, on the after show, man. When we muddle this up, right? Man, look, man, make sure y'all hit that cash app, man. Let me see how many cash apps we got today, man. 0. Man, y'all playing, man. Show some love, man. Do what y'all supposed to do, man. Show some love in that, man. Show some love. We about to do the after show. I'm dropping the link for the after show right there. All right, man. There's a few points we need to go over. We want to go over the whole Charles Darwin thing, the whole such and such and such and such, and all the mistakes that was made. If you think you got something that's hot and you think you can get it out and get past it, because I heard a lot of chatty patty in the chatty. The doors is open, yo. I done dropped that link, man. We great go live on that other show. All right? Man, I see y'all in there. I see the chatty patties, man. Let me see what's really running their mouth. Let me see. The truth seeker. Yeah, you definitely ran your mouth. All day you ran your mouth. Bet you won't hit that link, though. He gonna be chatty and a patty. But he ain't gonna hit that link. Watch. He can take all that typity, typity, right? He's not gonna hit that link. At least Chris had enough heart to hit that link to express his misinformation. Man, we had a nice crowd up in here, man. I'm dropping that link again. I'm gonna drop the link right to the after show. Man, come on and join through. Man, y'all look, hit that daggone cash app, man. Y'all bluffing, man. Y'all just don't want nobody to have nothing. Y'all don't want nobody to have nothing. Look, man, y'all know what y'all listen to, the community of skeptics, man. And it's all day, every day, man. We're in that server over there, man. Moderators drop that server, man, where y'all can get updates, man. Y'all can get personal experience, right? You can talk to me one-on-one. Feel me? Without all that nonsense. Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Y'all know what it is, man. This is one of them great conversations right here, man. Big up the Solar Mind that orchestrated that, man, and showing that love right there, man. Y'all know what it was, man. It was what it was. Man, y'all listen to the daggone community skeptics, man. Y'all know how we do it around here. We do it at levels, yo, unseen before in the conscious community, man. The conscious community, man, they don't be really meaning that. They don't really mean it, man. They don't. But y'all know we mean it, though, man. Y'all know we mean it, man. And we mean it for real, man. And we appreciate everybody, man, that's been standing up for the real information, man. That real information is so damn important, y'all.
Yeah. I feel like I'm me now.
Oh,
You know?
yo,
Like
see that link right
I'm
there,
in my
man. We
space.
getting in there
I'm
right
my
now.
zone.
Man, get there, man. Stop playing, man. Hit the
I
link.
think anybody around me would
I see
really
Gella already
agree.
in there, man. I think y'all understand me, man.
Yeah, saying things without a conscience in my head myself. Way to a blind person finally seeing itself. Wearing my heart on my sleeve because that new fashion sell. And I don't want that jacket if I gotta ride a coattail, man, you can have it. I think they want me back on my gritty. One day she hate me, they miss me. Can't fuck with girls from back home cause it's HIV in the city. Niggas don't talk like confetti. No matter how much you lie to me, I know your ass ain't ready. Niggas acting like women. Niggas just wanna be messy. Spend your allowance money, hoping for some validation. Family don't understand you cause you just too complicated. Your mother way too crazy. And when y'all talk, there's no patience, and you don't open up. And so they make accusations of pop star early. And man, you still trying to shake it, and yeah, I made mistakes. So my little brothers will make up my granny do her best. So I try to show appreciation. And when she had cancer, it cut me deep, so deep, I would lie awake. Toss and turn, no sleep, ain't have an appetite. So half the time I wouldn't eat, then she poured through. I exhaled, they hit my knees, man, I couldn't breathe. Hold my throat, I couldn't breathe. If I ever lost her, it ain't no telling where I'd be. Becoming the perfect human, better let it assume a couple more sins to commit before I really commit. And see the small and too big, man, what do I really fit? Size me up, do it twice so we can really be sure. Apologize in advance, I just needed something to vent on. Backpackers that been on, putting my fucking foot on the gas. I match that bitch until I crash. Throw me a fucking doubter, I make him to a believer. 100 miles an hour, eyes closed, trying to see my future. Man, I really do this shit. I don't do this shit for kicks, but if we talking about the souls, man, they all sold them. Keeping greatness in the box, man, I'm claustrophobic. Don't mind me putting it in a pretzel like she doing aerobics. I told him, I be that nigga that you gotta get a verse from. They have fun and have fast. I wanna put away funds. You in your mom's class, every chance y'all get is you accept your step brothers on some bro to bro shit. Only to find out they apply to you quick. Man, I'm just saying, I'm just doing me. I'm just trying to make it. You niggas don't inspire me. I should be your fucking inspiration. Man, this shit crazy. And I can only give you me. Give you only JC. Only give you me. Give you only JC.
Hey, man, look, man, y'all know what it is, man. Big up to everybody that showed up, man. All the stars came out tonight, man. We're going over. Hit the link, man. We're going over to the after show, man. I had this conversation, man. Don't come on there cussing and fussing, man. But keep that decorum that's made for high-level African Americans, the original black people, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Hit the Cash App, man. Going out the door, man. Show some love, man. The views is going up on the channel, man. I appreciate all that support, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, and I'm out.